Fissure to block the mid lane, so that the creeps meet near to his side, the high ground, and then like someone like a weak hero like an Invoker can last hit there, and then he won't be under too much pressure against like a Night Stalker Corp lane. And then once they get their levels, the Prophet has level 2, then when...
He could be in some trouble here. The cast is thrown out, the Grave Chill slow with a Fissure. This should be a kill on solo. Terrorblade very slow.
Block. He needs to block him.
Fissure on the wrong side, 1 or 2 more right clicks. Can JerAx get the kill? He does with the... I think...
Wow, he
sniffed out JerAx, knows he's in these trees with the night vision. JerAx is all but dead here. TP out will not work against the Void. Just going a bit of a warding mission there, but I think the Radiant Ward scouted him going into that dire jungle. As a result, straightforward killed again. No-Tail still hasn't got that point in Sun yet, needs to be careful with how he plays this one. Imagine VP will be looking to burst him down. They've got a silence as well to play around. No Sonic Wave, but...
Very difficult pressure right now for OG. They have to deal with the top lane. Venom's like, look at what Venom did. Pasha shoved the lane all the way towards the top tower, and then he TPs to join his team. Like someone has to react to top, and then they have to defend it. Very hard to play as OG right now.
It almost feels like he could have just stayed top, but he wants to be ready because he knows that OG is a team that is likes to fight and defend towers. Seeing that here, the birds go in to stun up some of these heroes. The cask messing with them though. The tower goes down, and VP.
Stalker purposely shows himself bottom, so they think that they're bottom, and now that he's gonna TP top and fight.
Defend this one. Here's the Night Stalker leading the way. They see that TP, they're trying to run, but it's too late. VP is upon you. There is a wolf chomping at the bit. The cask is bouncing between familiars. Back to No-Tail. He can't get a Sunder off.
Okay.
And 2 easy kills. Again, we'll see these birds go down like coming in. Recognize that OG are here in numbers. Shapeshift gonna lead things off here. The blink out from no one. OG may just have to cut their losses here as they are gonna lose the Shaker. That's gonna hurt his blink dagger progression, and no one on the high, No-Tail on the high ground. Gonna get the kill onto Solo's Witch Doctor, but there isn't really a good escape plan for perhaps a Sunder. He turns, throws it out, but he's still being focused down. Does not have any escape to the east.
Fly's TP got cancelled. That's why no one used 3 kills for a Witch.
Uh-oh, Invoker. Anna TP's into a bit of a tough spot there. Get a bit low here. Perhaps they need that Necro Book. It is coming soon. Ramsey's got it up. Does he want to commit this with a push? Sonic Wave, they burst down. No-Tail on the Terrorblade. He has got buyback and may just have to use it. Problem is, he does not have Metamorphosis. Should he buy back? And I don't know if they can actually...
Well, S4's retting mid.
Yeah, I've seen this one before.
Top tower is under attack.
It's actually quite significant. That is quite significant, the plats for the Lycan.
Again, talk about these itemization being very early game oriented. The Orchid on the Shaker. We need blink back. The Crimson Guard's been popped. They want to try and force the issue here, but taking the Tier 3 tower is one thing. Taking the racks, perhaps a bit of a tougher ask. VP. Do they look to follow this one up? They're trying to burn No-Tail's Mana. In goes the Venom with the ultimate. The Sonic Wave to follow up. Fly getting low, as does Anna. He's been orchid up. It should be enough damage to bring him down. The silence is going to wear off, and he does end up dying. The buybacks now coming out. They've killed S4's Nature's Prophet. No split push to worry about. And VP just going to take the heads-up fight.
Time to ditch double buyback.
Yeah, double buyback. Job done. That he triple shrines. These boots are traveling in. No one's not messing around with getting back to the fight. TB going to be forced to Metamorphosis. Need to be very careful here though. If he does end up going down, he will not have it. Should he buy back. Defending this Rack's going to be very tricky. They're trying to keep it alive with the Sprout. The guard proc just to try and defend them. Invoker is just split pushing top. Will OG even try and fight this, or will they go for the full-on rat?
Prophet is bottom.
Prophet TP's in bottom. They're going all out. They want to split push. TP back. VP recognized. We've got to address this. Asha gonna go looking for S4. S4 doesn't actually have a TP to get out of here. Meanwhile, top lane, Invoker. He's doing damage to the Tier 3 tower there. Back at bottom, it's going to be S4 being chased down. Can't TP for a couple more seconds. S4 needs to sprout himself and get out. I don't think he's actually going to survive this one. He's going to go down. The poison damage ticking through him, and OG did lose that floor right now. And No-Tail recognized that as well. Invoker very far forward, needs to be careful. Anna may just be dead here. He will have a buyback. I think he's going to just have to straight up use it right away if they want to defend this middle lane. No-Tail does not have Metamorphosis for a little bit though, and that is a problem. No one BKBs on the front line. Does still have the Aegis to play around. No-Tail falls back with the Metamorphosis. And they protect the racks. The range racks getting very low. The melee racks being the big important one. The split push at top takes out the Tier 3 tower though. OG are holding their own. They're chasing. They're looking for kills here. It's Anna's Invoker. He can't afford to die here. He just fought back and played very aggressive. There's the Echo Slam. JerAx catches 2, sets up a couple of kills for the team. Solo as well as Lil go down. That was the gem being dropped as well. position they want to be at. And now going to commit his ultimate. TP getting very low still. Has the Manta Style to get out of that silence. And in goes the Necrobook to the mid lane. Meanwhile, attention also being driven to the top lane. Mid lane will be defended. The top lane could find itself in a bit of trouble. Cast bouncing around, keeping Notel stunned up with the Maledict. Anna wants to take out the Witch Doctor. Will likely bring him down. Can he quite do that? The Sonic Wave to the north with the Venom ultimate. Big damage, takes out TP. He's been instantly buyback. Still has the Metamorphosis. They've got to defend this top lane. They've lost the mid melee racks. OG need to win this fight, but so far they're just being pushed deeper and deeper back in their base. The buybacks, all that's really keeping them in it. Pasha gets low, but has to go down here. The tornado will clip him. Has Anna got a Sunstrike? He does. He needs to land this one. Gets the kill. Nicely played by the Invoker, but it is still... Like it pops the ultimate. The fish are going to block the entrance to the base. OG say, get out of our base. No one ignores the order as he just blinks onto the high ground. There's going to be a tornado. Sunstrike to hit him. The Sonic Wave is there. Not doing enough damage to bring anyone down just yet. The EMP followed up by a Deafening Blast. Chaos Mia combo. Anna doing some good damage here, but it's Notel on the Terror Blade. Sunder on cooldown. Being brought down. Fly's going to tick away to the Maledict, and OG have lost their remaining racks here, and they have probably lost game 1. I say that as Nature's Prophet is doing some split push. He's going to start chipping at the tier 4 towers, but this is not a base race he can win. OG have to find ways to defend and kill VP here. Lycan's even TP back to defend the Radiant base here. OG will not tap out just yet, but it really feels like this is the end. Some damage being dealt by the Nature's Prophet to the Radiant base, but it is not going to be enough. We'll see VP charge forward, looking to end this game. They've fought JerAx, who will go down before he can cast the spell. No Echo Slam could spell disaster. Venomancer going to drop the Poison Nova as OG getting farmed in their fountain. The cast bouncing around. Going to kill off the Visage as well. No one's Queen of Pain. Going untouched. 16-0-11 as well. He was only got pressed.
Big creep running. And now there's gonna be a bear. So it's very, very aggressive, like very fast paced. They are not even choosing to pick like late gamer to.
Courier's gonna go back a different way, so that Courier snipe not gonna work this time.
The battle of the position for Pocket's gonna be tough.
Potential first blood, Notel very low. The Crypt Swarm will finish him off. As the classic.
Coming.
Oh, the chain stun is there. He's trying to morph his way through it, but he can't quite survive. Now you can say perhaps 3 lanes have been won. Notel.
Well, Notel picks up the haze and goes to the enemy.
He's farming bounty runes at this point, not creeps as a mid laner. That is concerning in itself.
He is not out.
JerAx gonna roll on through, takes the Centaur down. Nicely done, Din.
That one. All
mid lane, Notel. Uh-oh. Here's one.
They can fight them with these 2 heroes.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, S4's gonna get gone on and brought down.
Savage.
Jumped by the Ogre rotation again. Top lane. They're just fleeing back to their tower. Lil. Work against them. Sankey just harassing Anna with Burrow Strike Caustics. And let's see a turnaround. Anna actually wants to go aggressive. May almost be able to bring down Pasha. Needed a couple more right morphing alone to his own devices. Ramses is headed towards this bottom rune, and looks like he will get... Okay, that'd be a great 2 pickups if they can get it. Ramses...
Is he gonna get out?
He doesn't look like it. He gets slowed down by the Drunken Haze. There's going to be a clap as well to hit. There's going to be the Primal Split. Epicenter coming in from Pasha from the side. Gets the Burrow Strike as well. Ramsey's still low. Does not have the ultimate. Where's that Cyclone? It looks like he can't quite get in range. Throws the boulder from afar. They really want this Ursa. The Brewmaster going to be close to getting this kill. Is there going to be enough damage? Should just get it. Yes, he does the Windwalk. Good micro coming out. OG will lose the Wyvern in the process. And S4 does not have an escape of his own. And Burrow Strike back up. S4 should be going down as well, as no one gets... JerAx here does look like he's just trying to...
Look at this Ogre, he's hitting the carry.
And he was hitting the carry underneath the tower earlier. No one gets the kill mid on Notel, and Anna may actually just go down here at top lane, gets Burrow Strike, has a waveform soon. Does he have a TP to go with it? Yes, he does.
Just enough, yeah. Oh my god, that was so...
Barely gets it. Sorry, here comes the Ogre. Sankey trying to finish his play. 1k gold. JerAx. Oh, he rolled into this one. Does get hit by the Cold Embrace as S4 is looking for that Primal Split opportunity, but with Death Prophet TPing in, I don't know if you want to fight this one. There may not be an Nexus, but there is Spirit Siphon charges. And S4 is looking like he's in a world of trouble. Can't get out of that one, doesn't even want to use the split because he realizes how important it's going to be. But the good news is Notel does get some good damage on the tower, can't finish it off as he was running out of mana. But it will likely be... Seems to know that no one positioning on the outside of the pit, not wanting to get caught inside. They want to get this, they've got to get this soon. They need a big Winter's Curse. Level 6 is up on the Wyvern. It's up to Fly. He scouts with the Replicant. Not a bad way to start this fight. Problem is Randy's just in the pit finishing off. Epicenter comes out as Notel gets burst down to start the fight. S4 does not get off his ultimate. Anna going to have to waveform on out of there. May even be in some trouble if VP want to go for the chase. The Blink Bar are going to find Fly behind the tier 1 tower. He'll get taken out. As VP use their vision advantage. They had a very nicely placed Founder of Spirit. I think they may no longer want to use those ultimates. Problem is, Brewer's being found in the side. No silence though, so he does get off the split. And it looks like they may be able to bring down the Sand King here. That's good. Definitely good for OG to start things off here, trading the Earth Spirit for the Sand King and possibly looking for more. No one is fairly tanky with this Yules and Hood, so maybe not the target they want to go on. As the Primal Split wears off, likely is time for them. Back to mid, Pasha, Burrow Strike to initiate in on the Pugnet. Going to see some turnaround here, but goes invis to get away from them. But the silence coming out, there's the Winter's Curse. Is this going to be enough damage? The right clicks are there. Anna perhaps put himself in some danger here. Didn't need to waveform forward, and Ramses has showed up with a Blink Dagger, goes on Notel. It's going to be a kick away from JerAx, saving his life. He's going to roll to save his own if he needs it, but bigger problems at the Shrine as Anna's Morphling does get picked off, and Notel now in trouble. He just got the force up at the end, but he still got brought down despite activating it. And Honor secured themselves Aegis and Cheese. That is the big thing here. There's a Cheese on no one's Death Prophet. OG just need to get out, I feel, at this point. This is time to probably just TP on home. Problem is, Pasha's found them. They are going to look to fight. They put the Netherwood on the cliff. We'll see how well this can go for OG fighting into the Ace and Cheese. So far, it's looking okay. The Death Prophet being focused down first. Can she get the Cheese off? No, she can't. That's a great start to the fight. OG looking good so far. Winter's Curse has been expended already. It looks like they want to go in the Enchantress, but with the heal there, they've got to switch their attention to the Ursa, who's being kited around. This is going absolutely fantastic. The Epicenter and Burrow Strike maybe going to change the fate of this fight, though, as Pasha getting focused by Anna. 1 or 2 more right clicks could finish him off. Anna, will he get the kill? He does, but now he's got an Ursa to deal with. He's being stunned up. Numbers favoring OG for now. They did not want to buy back on the Death Prophet. Anna getting low, though, and without any more stats to morph, he is going to go down. VP have outlasted OG. Despite losing the Death Prophet, the Aegis being the tipping factor. Oh, they haven't got the Earth Spirit yet. It's just come up now. Can they get the jump? Can they burst unknown? He does not have the cheese this time. He is the target you're going to go on. Exism going. They're going to blink in S4's Panda. They want to bring down No One. He pops the Glimmer Cape. Can they execute him with the right-click damage from Anna? The Cyclone going there as well, trying to keep himself alive. The waveform on through. Death Prophet is healing back up, and that is a problem for OG. They haven't got any kills. They're going to lose the Pugner, who gets focused down by Ramses on the Ursa. The chase is on. The route is there. Fly is next on the chopping block. And so OG do finally manage to bring down the Death Prophet. Anna's second win there being enough to bring him down. JerAx being chased to the southeast, just TP on out of there. Back up to the top, Ramses is looking for S4 in the brew and will ultimately get him. 4 dead for OG. Anna wants Ramses, is going to go for it and gets the kill. Anna coming up big there, TPing on out. Nothing. Okay, there is something to cancel it. The Dual Scepter from Pasha. He then Soul Rings. Burrow Strikes through. Pasha. Holy moly, this guy's insane. He's keeping Anna in place. He's locking him down, but there's a Cold Embrace, and that will save Anna's life here. Fly now can slow Lil a little bit. Will they go for some kills? Solo wants to TP on out. Adaptive Strike is not there in time.
That was so big, Parker, getting the Ursa.
Ursa on through. Burrow Strike to follow it up. Can they bring down S4? He's going to just Primal Split, and that's a good force from VP, unless OG can turn this into some kills here. They're looking for a Cyclone. They will catch Lil here. To the south side, it's actually Sand King getting focused down. He's going to get drained out by the Pugner. Trying to escape will not be successful. Enchantress, meanwhile, healed back up. Brewmaster blinks away as the Primal Split ends. Still gets caught by the Atos and kicked away to the south. JerAx saves his buddy S4. For now, though, as no one will catch him with the Yule Scepter, and I don't think he'll save him a second time. S4 has to be left to the wolves.
They're
That
gonna cross high
RBP,
ground.
no tail. Cold Embrace is there. This is not looking good. The Winter's Curse may save his life, though no tail will not survive. I don't think the Enchantress is there. Fly gets blinked on as well.
They have to use
Trouble.
Rematch. I think they have to use... Oh, he's pulling the creeps away. He's pulling the
Yeah,
creeps.
there's a siege creep though.
Oh.
One siege creep has made its way through to disable the backdoor protection.
The Wyvern can't clear the...
Morphling is split pushing though. We saw this in the previous game. Morphling will push very fast at this bottom lane. The buybacks do come out, but can OG defend while Morphling rats? And it looks like the answer may be yes. Morphling at bottom does meet the Sand King and will just have to TP himself out of there. Back to the fight perhaps, where they've already lost the Pugna.
Oh, that's a dieback.
That is indeed a dieback. There may be no Sand King out here. Ramses has a BKB. Going to look to turn and fight the silence on the Morphling. He does Manta it off as no one in the front line is going to throw out the ultimate now. They need to try and deal with him fast. He is getting brought down very quickly by Anna. The Diffusal going to purge him up. Anna going in. The Winter's Curse on Pasha's Sand King. They can't actually kill the Death Prophet as a result. Now they can get him down. The Brewmaster Primal Split really giving them a lot of control here. Pasha's now found Fly to the north. Looking to bring him down. The Primal Split throwing Enchantress up in the air. The waveform is there. Anna wants to focus on Lil, and it looks like he should have the damage to do it. The full stuff going to help him out, but not enough, as the Cyclone now catches Ogre as well. And then may be able to get another kill here. He finds Ramsey, stops the Blink Dagger with that ultimate. Solo's invis not going to save his life, and OG are overwhelming VP.
Like a Hex. I don't know, like they need somehow like a Abyssal Hex to control.
Down, throws a Winter's Curse here, but oh, nice Boulder Smash, catches out all three. The Winter's Curse did not really catch all too much. The Decrypt on the Netherward
Does
Wolf.
not have buyback.
By the time Ramsey's forced in forward, does have a BKB if he needs it. Meanwhile, it's more split pushing. We talked about how farmed he is. He can also hit buildings incredibly
They're gonna
fast.
try to stop them from TPing back.
Yeah, with the Primal Split, that's the perfect way of doing it. The Sand King's the big one. The BKB from no one. He doesn't have a TP. It's in his backpack. Oh, Morphling does not actually go for the split push. Instead, comes back to fight. They want to try and punish VP. No one's going to have to pop the ultimate here. His BKB's worn off. He may just get
might be a big Epi.
Epi Santa Burrow Strike. In comes Pasha, saving the day. Anna's getting low. He has still got the Aegis, but the fight is being lost for now as OG starting to melt. No tail, life draining, trying to heal himself back up, but does not have a good answer for the stun of the Burrow Strike. Anna's trying to get some kills here, but is just getting kited around. Has only managed to find the one, and now needs to turn and focus his attention elsewhere. Link in, they go to no tail. He does get caught by the Cold Embrace to the south. Caught on the outside of the base. Cold Embrace.
No buyback.
Loses the gem as well. Pasha going to pick that one up.
It was to force someone back there.
They're going to throw the no-tail Brewmaster ultimate. The Morphling is going to commit to the split push at bottom. It looks like it is going to be a bit of a base trade here, as Brewmaster's Primal Split just going to be used to kind of delay VP, perhaps stop some TPs. Ursa has TP back though and is on Morphling duty. And it cannot really break through the high ground with the defenders there. Nice Winter's Curse onto the Ogre. Going to buy some additional time here. They're trying and
Oh,
help keep no-tail alive. Morphling dies! Oh boy, Ramsey's getting the better of Anna in the bottom lane. He doesn't have buyback, Winter. He doesn't have the money for it. He's 70 gold short, and I think OG...
That was a big misplay there by the Morphling.
No, what happened?
He actually went back in, he waved out, and then he decided to fight the Ursa.
No Morphling, but it doesn't have a buyback, but they're going to at least try and force a potential one. Doesn't exist, and right now VP can continue to fight. They are getting a bit low here inside, it seems, but now they are considering it. Pugna. Ursa, it's like, okay. And goes into the mid lane. S4 backing him up. And against Silence. Needs a way out of this one. Does BKB immediately. He's saying the morph stats. He's got the DD room, but he's got to find someone to hit. He finds on the high ground the Enchantress. The Decrypt is kind of working against him for now. Anna can't actually use this DD rune to great effect immediately. He's now getting healed up. Pasha going for an epicenter. He doesn't actually get the blink off after it. Now he does Burrow Strike. Catches the backline. Finds Fly on the Winter Wyvern. There's a Fire Blast to follow it up as well. Wyvern getting zoned back. Can't find that Winter's Curse just yet, as the kiting from both teams is so formidable that neither team has actually lost anyone. S4 needs a blink out. He doesn't have a BKB or a blink. His buyback's still on cooldown for a minute and a half. He is dead. Out of this game for over 100 seconds. Solo? Solo? walks to the high ground, pops the cheese. He's baiting spells. He's not afraid right now. Maybe he should be. Ramsey's engaging. Ana gonna waveform his way on through. Finds another target. Finds the Sanking. Immediate buyback, but it's the Pugman who's dead without buyback as well. OG maybe being punished now for not having these buybacks. They do get the kill on the Ogre. Ana getting very low. Waveform back to the high ground here. He's in some trouble. Cold Embrace will help heal him back up. May be forced to buy back. Kick in as Ana goes down once. Will buy back immediately. No glyph of Ana. He is destroying no one, only now with the BKB. Ramsey just jumps the backline, takes out Fly, who immediately buys back. Ana really wants his death prophet, needs to get him, does get him before the heal comes in. Ana, he replicates out at the last second. He's still alive. That was so close to a kill.
They defended again. Game is still alive. I guess.
They're pushing forward. They say, I'm more going to have buyback. Let's go for this. That even just an Enchantress death they feel is enough to take a fight. A lot of damage coming out from that Bloodlust Enchantress to the backline, but Ana needs to be careful. BKB usually gets helped out by the Activate Remnant, but that was while he was BKB. Perhaps not the ideal way for them to play out.
He's going for the Rex.
Yeah, he's going to have to Remnant himself out of there. Say Remnant, replicate himself out of there. Same thing with Spirit, and he will leave Earth Spirit to die.
He's going to have 5 in.
Does not. Initiate on in. They want to go on Ramsey's first. He has got the Aegis though. Can they find this curse? They still have not had a Winter's Curse, it feels like, in a good 30 minutes here. It's just so hard to fly. We'll break the Aegis to start things off. Ramsey's Ursa has just been getting kited all day long this game. Reform through, goes in on Ramsey's, really wants this kill, needs to be careful. He's getting stunned up. He cannot afford to die. Where is the curse? Fly is silenced up. He's got the curse now, but he's been Yules. He can't find the curse. He's silenced again. And with Earth Spirit dead, without buyback, this could be it. It feels like OG have finally been bested. It took 67 minutes, but this will definitely be mega creeps. The question is, what can Morphling do? Has not got buyback, and I think without spells like the Boulder Smash, the stun, the Winter Wyvern Cold Embrace, this game is very difficult for him. Morphling gonna wave on forward. He really wants to go in. S4's in trouble. He's BKB'd up, and he's just got no ultimate to play around with, and now it well and truly is Ana versus the world. The buyback from Brewmaster will buy him some time. But he is well and truly alone. It has been the story of this game. Ana alone trying to